We all know what football news is like. Rumours can vary very, very wildly. They can include different players, different clubs, different amounts of money between all of the aforementioned parties. And quite often it can be tough to sniff out what is, quite frankly, BS, which is a pretty big problem. And you sort of need to know how to tell what is accurate and what is false. And I just figured I'd do a very quick video explaining like how you can tell the difference and why it's really very important. So let's learn how to sniff out football's BS, and I'll explain why this initially came to mind right now, because two stories kicked this idea off. There was a story yesterday and a story today that I've seen in various different places that I felt needed to be talked about, but not because I think they're actually rumours. First up, there was the thing about Angus Kinnear's reported departure. Yesterday, at some point, there came a tweet that Angus Kinnear was going to be leaving Leeds United. To emphasise what I just said, a tweet said that Angus Kinnear would be leaving Leeds United, and that got picked up, and it spread like wildfire, got everywhere in no time at all. And I honestly don't think there was any like significant source on it, and the club slash Kinnear reportedly denied it immediately. I have been talking to a few people, and they said, "Yeah, that was never a thing." Anyway, I don't know why this conversation happened, but that was a rumor that just flew entirely out of control. That's one of the forms of rumors. One form of rumor being someone just says a thing without any sourcing, without any sort of idea, and it's not even a journalist, it's just a dude who does a tweet and then it spreads like wildfire because either people want Kinnear out for some reason or people want Kinnear to stay. But no matter what, there is nothing behind it, but people spread it anyway, which is bizarre that it happens. And you'd think, well, okay, fine, that's going to happen. It's social media, stuff like this happens all the time. People make things up, it's normal. But there was also a case of similar happening from apparently a journalist perspective, with Leeds United today reportedly being interested in signing Gabriel Sara, currently at Norwich, and a very, 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 very good midfielder. The original source of this story that spread across various like decent level websites was a small Italian outlet, which is very weird when you think about it, because Norwich, not an Italian club. Leeds, not an Italian club. Gabriel Sara, a Brazilian footballer. So, first up, why are they going to get the information for this piece of news? Second up, are we going to put any substance behind it? And the rumour was it'd be something like £20 million, which I looked at that and I thought, no, it's not. This is not an accurate rumour because I severely doubt Leeds are going to spend £20 million this summer on signing a footballer, because that's an insane amount of money. I wouldn't mind if we did, that'd be brilliant. But it's bizarre. And what sort of bugged me a little bit is various like sources and journalists picked this one up. News aggregators were writing about Leeds potentially being in for Gabriel Sara, and it'd be fantastic. And it also spread across platforms. And I know entirely why these people did it. These people did it because, well, people are going to click if they see Leeds' £20 million player, and every click is more ad revenue, and all ad revenue counts, doesn't it? At the end of the day, £200 is more than £100. It doesn't matter what sources you've exploited to get to that point, no matter if they are an Italian source talking about a Brazilian footballer going between two English clubs without any reasonable sourcing. And that also spread across platforms. And there is a very serious problem here, and it has some quite big symptoms in the world of football. The first up being that it sets unrealistic expectations. When fans are looking at, oh, Leeds might be signing a £20 million player, there could be some people that are taking that to heart and going, yeah, we're signing him, and then it comes to the end of the window, and we've got a couple of £5-6 million signings that'll do a decent job in, and they're like, yeah, but where's the £20 million player? It was never coming, because some news outlet made it up to get clicks. In addition to that, it leads to fan confusion, which means that lots and lots of people have no idea what's going on, ever, and it makes people angry for basically no reason. These people's like monetary gain, or I guess Twitter engagement gain, I suppose, unless you've got Twitter Blue, in which case I guess you're making some money, is completely purposeless, except it makes the number go up. And I understand that. Numbers going up feels real good, but do it the right way. And there are some very clear ways of completely avoiding the bull. That's why I made this video, to sort of explain how do you not get caught out by these stories. First up, you got to know your sources. When I'm browsing through various stories to see what I want to make a video on, I will look to see if there is a source that I recognize and trust, and then make a video on it, sure. But if there's only one source that I don't recognize and it's sort of saying something completely out of nowhere, maybe I'll leave that one, or I'll look around and try and do some cross-referencing. Check the other places that you can rely on, and then based on that, okay, this might be happening, this might not be happening. Of course, if they're referencing each other, doesn't count. Ideally, multiple different places with different bits of information that you can pull from. But cross-reference absolutely everything, because that is super important. In addition to that, you need to read the text. This is fairly basic, because if you don't read the actual text itself, then you could be in deep trouble, because it could be poorly written, very clearly AI, and is just out of a content farm. And in addition to that, just make sure you're using a bit of common sense. Common sense goes a very, very long way in the world of football news. Leeds United signing Gabriel Sara? Probably not. It's a £20 million fee, add on to the fact that he's currently at Norwich, who would, in theory, be a promotion rival. Burrows from Peterborough makes more sense. He's in League One, 1 year left on his contract, £3 million makes sense. Brilliant. It all adds up. Use your common sense, see if it works out in your head, and then base a judgment on that. Basically, let's do what we can as a big team to cut the bull from football news. Anyway, that's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Is there anything that I missed? Any tips or hints that you'd recommend that I follow going forwards? Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. You could even become a channel member, and I will see you later. Ta-ra. Now, I'm not going to let this run to my standard 8+ minutes, because I've got an Olympic opening ceremony to watch. See you later.